Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for link price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. I would like to mention that this video is sponsored by MEXC, celebrating the 7 years with massive bonuses. Check the link below. Starting on the daily chart here, we are looking at the overview for the bullish and bearish scenario. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5. Wave A or a wave 1 finished. After both case scenario, you're looking at a W, X and a Y, X and a Z, of course, a very complex structure corrective with sideways for the final wave X and Z. After both case scenario, we're looking definitely for a wave B or a wave 2, and you would like to see higher prices. Exactly, this is what we got, an impulse toward the upside. Finishing a wave 1, meaning of course this wave 1 is the wave 1 of the impulse that it might unfold for a wave 3, 4 and a 5. And that means of course this impulse might finish a wave 3 or a wave C. If you are in the blue scenario with a wave 3, definitely you would like to reach the 1.618. If you are in wave C, you would like to reach only the 1-to-1 fib level of $69. If you are in wave 3, 108, very nice price action. And then, of course, you would like to see one more wave towards the downside as 3 waves structure. And then moving one last wave 5 towards the upside to finish, of course, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Now, the bearish scenario, of course, we are already in a short-term bearish scenario, and it is very, very close, of course, to be finished. In case you are in the 3 waves toward the downside, you got the 3 waves toward the upside. You're looking right now to finish an impulse potentially toward the downside. However, internally, this doesn't look very impulsive. It looks like very choppy, a lot of overlapping. There is potential WX and a Y, but it doesn't mean that it might not take this low. And that means, of course, these fib levels are still, of course, valid for a wave 2. Now, if we move inside this area, of course, we see inside it what is going on. So in the last move here for this move toward the downside, what we are looking at. So we see, of course, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 here. A potential, of course, wave 1 and then ABC for a wave 2. And then you got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for your wave 3. And then you got a wave 4 potentially. And now you're looking for a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Toward the downside, one more leg, of course, can be unfolding. However, the overlapping so much here reduce a little bit the possibility, but it's still, of course, very valid, guys. It can be still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna lay down this scenario, of course, where we might have finished wave 3 here, you finished a wave 4, and you're looking for a wave 5. But another higher potential scenario is, of course, we have several scenarios here. One can be bullish and other ones can be still bearish. Now, higher potential is still, of course, for the bearish because we saw it already on the daily as well. And we might see, of course, this 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Your wave 5 has unfolded a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can be, of course, an ending diagonal. However, ending diagonal with an impulse is not nice. Higher potential that you might get an impulse, meaning, of course, lower prices. Yeah, we might reach the blue zone as expected. So basically, other scenarios are the following. You have a finished wave A, you're looking for a wave B, and you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, of course, finished exactly here for a wave A. And that means, of course, your first wave A has finished exactly as 3-wave corrective here. Now, currently, as bullish, you're looking for a wave B, meaning A, B, and a C toward the upside, and this is the uptrend that I'm talking about. Why I'm mentioning an uptrend, knowing that we have a blue box and on the daily we saw, of course, lower prices. That because, of course, we might still looking for one more leg toward the downside, but after this trend toward the upside. So this is a difference, meaning we are still bearish even if you are in A, B, and a C expanding flat. You might still have, of course, a big move towards the downside to finish, of course, this final move as A, B, and a C. Why higher potential as well? Because what's going on inside it here is, of course, showing a potential of bullish scenario, which it also can be bearish, but we can see, of course, the bullish first, where we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Internally, this is an impulse. we have a 1, a B, and a C for a wave 2, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 finished wave 3. The target of this wave 3, actually, it has hit I think even it has hit the 1.618. Let me check. 100%. Yeah, well, not 100%, but in between. So I would say it is definitely a target of a wave 3. It overshot the uncommon target, and of course in between the 1.618 1.27. And that means, of course, it is a wave 3, can be considered a wave 3, and you're looking to a lot of choppiness, a lot of overlap, meaning corrective wave. The trend currently is toward the upside, meaning after this correction, you are still looking for one more leg toward the upside. Unless, of course, you are in an A, B, and a C finished 3 waves, of course, overshooting wave C, but not convincing price action for lower prices, right? We're still very, very choppy. Now, it took a lot of time. We passed the wave, the double time of a wave 2, because if you are in 1, 2, 3, you're looking for a wave 4 right now. You're looking after a wave 5. And of course, you have passed the time, double time. You hit already the fib level once, and you're still looking for lower. So this where it starts, of course, to open a question mark. What is going on? We hit the perfect time. We hit the perfect fib level already. Why it's still moving towards the downside, but still corrective as well? Yeah. So this is where the psychology starts, right, guys? But basically, 70% you're still looking for higher, potentially hitting the 0.38, where we start to be, of course, 100% sure that we're moving toward the downside, $11.88. When this price gets hit, meaning you invalidate, of course, this impulse toward the upside, you don't look for a wave 4. It's not allowed to interfere with the zone 1, and that means, of course, yeah, that has ended as 3 waves, and therefore you know that, okay, we're looking after this low here. You're moving towards the downside. And this opens the scenario, of course, of what we saw in the daily, the box that we would like to hit, of course. Let me remove this. It's too much. And, of course, therefore, you would like to finish a wave 5. Yep, so these are the possibilities, guys, that we are looking for right now. In case we are, of course, bullish, you're looking for one more leg towards the upside for a wave 5. If we hit invalidation, you're moving towards the downside for a final wave 5. Now, if we move for a wave 5, what's going to happen? It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 to finish a wave C of a wave B. And that means, of course, you are in after, of course, finished a wave A over there. You're looking at A, B, and a C. And of course, this is a corrective wave. You're still looking towards the upside. Basically, in all case scenario, you're looking for lower, but I still see a potential for one more leg towards the upside. If, of course, not hit the invalidation, therefore directly move for this last low. That was it for Link. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.